Most recently, the Wisconsin jury heard from the Jensen's next-door neighbors, the Voigts. But prosecutors have also called other neighbors who testified about the defendant's questionable behavior following his wife's death.
The time that you had lunch with Mrs. Jensen on November 20th, this was approximately 2 weeks prior to her death?
Correct.
And at that time, during the hour that you spent with her, did you notice any changes in her personality?
No.
Did you notice any changes in her demeanor?
No.
Did you notice any changes in her physical appearance?
No.
I arrived early at the wake with my friend Carrie, Ashley, and while we were in line, Mark was standing 5 feet from her casket, laughing and joking and acting like someone's at a cocktail party as Julie lays there.
He came over and started talking to us about what had happened and had some paper that discussed interactions between two drugs and thought that that might be the case of the cause of Julie's death. He seemed to want to convey that information to us, and then he walked away to join family or friends, and we went up to view Julie's body, and he was talking in a very normal, casual, conversational manner with his friends or family.
There was just a lot more garbage than normally was there, which made me concerned. So there were just a few things that were obvious, and it just appeared that there were a lot of Julie's belongings, if not all of them.
And did you actually see some of her belongings then?
There were some shoes and a coat that I saw, and I can't remember what else, but I know that there was enough to alarm me.
So there you hear some damaging testimony from the neighbors of the Jensens. Gene Casares, what can you tell us about this neighborhood and how well the Jensens knew their neighbors?
It's an upper middle class neighborhood. It's very nice homes right on the lake. The Jensens lived across the street, but right across their street were some homes and there was the lake. So it's a very pricey area. How well did they know their neighbors? Well, the prosecution is going to say that Julie Jensen knew them well, that she belonged to the book club. They all went to the book club meetings every month. She even hosted the November '98 book club meeting. The defense will say, nah, she didn't know them very well. In fact, some of these neighbors didn't come forth until almost 10 years later to police. That's how good of friends they were, the defense will say.
Well, I can relate to this book club and how you get to know your neighbors. That's something that happens in neighborhoods across this country, and they get together at one person's
real intimate
house.
Stuff at book clubs, I'll have you know.
And sometimes they actually talk about the books.
Once in a while, you can really share, and books can really, if you're a real book freak like I am, it can really bring out, you know, even emotional feelings. You talk about your life if you're letting your hair down with your girlfriends, so they could really know her. It's
an excuse to socialize. So if she's part of a book club, I have a feeling that she does know these women fairly well. They may not spill all their guts, but things are said at book club meetings that have, you know, sometimes has something to do with the book, but a lot of times just kind of talk about their life, relationships, children, everything else.
Absolutely. Everything the book brings up. You share, you get personal, so I think that they probably did know her pretty well.